Hello, everyone, and welcome to my Andrew Eisen live reaction to the new Ghostbusters trailer called Ghostbusters Afterlife. Which I'm the kind of dork who prefers you number your sequels. I don't like to drop the number and use a subtitle instead, but I mean, at least they're not just calling it Ghostbusters and nothing else. So, nice to have some type of identifier to it. So, what do we know about this movie so far? Very little. It takes place in continuity with the first two films. So, in the universe of this Ghostbusters movie, Ghostbusters 1 and 2 happened back in 1984 and 89, respectively. Uh, Apparently, like happened in Ghostbusters 2, a lot of people just don't believe that the Manhattan cross-rip of 1984 actually happened, even though they'd probably still be cleaning marshmallow off the place. But, you know, that's that happens in real life too. We have some major events in our recent history that some people insist didn't happen. So the premise of the movie, as I understand it, reading articles in Hollywood Reporter and Variety, is a mom and her two kids inherit a Oklahoma farmhouse from one of the Ghostbusters, a recently deceased Ghostbuster. And they move in and they find the Ecto-1 and some proton packs, and then they bust ghosts. Okay, so we have a Ghostbusters movie where we're taking it out of the city. That's cool. Into the country. That's cool. We have a mom and her kids as, and I guess a high school teacher, maybe, as the de facto Ghostbusters. So it appears to be a movie that's not going to, once again, being about four people going into business for themselves. It appears. Don't know. I haven't watched the trailer yet. But four people just dealing with it, three or four people dealing with a local problem with the equipment that they found in a garage. Could be cool. So my idea, from the small bits of information we have, was family moves into an old farmhouse. It's haunted by a ghost or multiple ghosts. They find old Ghostbusters equipment, and then they run around the house using this equipment that they don't know how to use or understand, and end up tearing the house apart trying to get rid of a ghost. So kind of a cross between Mouse Hunt and the Money Trap. I'm sorry, the Money Pit, Tom Hanks movie from a while back, and the Mouse Hunt is the mouse movie from a while back. I'm like, that could be fun. I don't know if that's what they're doing. Probably not, but we'll see. So who's the Ghostbuster who died and left them the house? Um, it it's gonna be Egon. I mean, it should be Ray. It feels like Ray from what we've heard. I mean, which ghost? If someone said, "Hey, you, nice shoes, real snazzy. Did you do something with your hair?" And then once they get past all that stupid, awkward, flirty stuff, they say, "If you imagined any of the Ghostbusters owning a farmhouse in Oklahoma in which they stored the Ecto-1 and a bunch of occult books, which one do you think that would be?" I don't know about you, but I'd be like, Ray. That sounds like a Ray thing to me. But it's probably going to be Egon because Harold Ramis passed away 5-6 years ago, and it was 2014, wasn't it? And most all of the actors should be reprising their roles in this, and we haven't heard anything about digitally recreating Harold Ramis, which, if they were doing that, probably we would have heard it by now. So it's probably going to be Egon, but it does sound more like a Ray thing to me, doesn't it? Besides, there's that line in Ghostbusters 1 where they mortgage his parents' house for a third time to start the company. Maybe this is that house. Anyway, so Ghostbusters. I love me some Ghostbusters. Even though only one of the movies is actually good, I still love Ghostbusters. It's my favorite franchise, my favorite movie of all time. So let us watch the new trailer for the new Ghostbusters movie. Ooh, so excited. Okay, here we go. And Sony, if there is like 4 or 5 seconds of clips from the trailer before the trailer that I already specifically clicked on in order to watch, I will send you another tweet. Don't think I won't. Okay, here we go. Ghostbusters! Afterlife.
What are you doing here in Somerville anyway?
Honestly, my mom won't say it, but we're completely broke. And the only thing that's left in our name is this creepy old farmhouse our grandfather left us in the middle of nowhere. Why'd you bring me up here?
Entertainment value?
What is that?
I don't know.
Somehow, a town that isn't anywhere near a tectonic plate, that has no fault lines, no fracking, no loud music even, is shaking on a daily basis.
Under the dining table now! Hey, remember that one summer we died under a table?
I found this in my living room.
Whoa, killer replica.
A replica of what?
A ghost trap? There hasn't been a ghost sighting in 30 years. New York in the 80s? It's like The Walking Dead. Your dad never mentioned this to you?
It's just my mom. My grandfather died. My mom says we're just here to pick through the rubble of his life.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Call it fate. Call it luck. Call it karma. I believe that everything happens for a reason.
Come on, darling.
It has a gunner seat?
Huh. Well, that is an unexpectedly understated trailer for Ghostbusters. Okay. So, yeah, definitely Egon. There was a spores, mold, and fungus collection, so that's funny. It still feels weird. It still doesn't feel like Egon
What?
would... pause. Egon would have the Ecto-1 in a farmhouse in Oklahoma. That still feels like Ray to me. Also, it doesn't feel like Egon would have a elaborate puzzle box hiding stuff in his house. That also feels like something Ray might do. But yeah, whatever. This is not a very good trailer. I have no sense of who any of these people are, what their characters are. From the Variety article that came out a couple days ago, Paul Rudd here is apparently a Ghostbusters fanboy. In an age where no one really remembers Ghostbusters, and there's a little bit of that in the trailer of people young kids not really being hip to the Manhattan cross-rip of 1984, or the Statue of Liberty walking around in '89. But the whole Ghostbusters fanboy doesn't come across. Ask yourself, what is Paul Rudd's character in this? Now, he's a teacher who recognizes a ghost trap, as a lot of people who were around in the 80s in this universe probably would. I mean, because the Ghostbusters were, talked about by Larry King and in Time Magazine and stuff in '84. They were hot for 15 seconds there. The two kids, what are their personality? What are their characters? I don't know. They're just kids. What about the mom? Don't know. Is this a comedy? Ghostbusters doesn't have to be, but it's traditionally a comedy. Is this a comedy? Because there's no jokes in it, other than the kid saying, "Hey, remember that summer when we died under the kitchen table?" Not much of a knee slapper, and didn't seem to be that strong of an earthquake anyway. Is that Slimer that they're chasing around the small town? Because it's a small grayish green blobby ghost. Did they desaturate the green out of it to try and hide it? Looked kind of like Slimer. You don't need to do that. You don't need to bring back the same ghosts. You can make new ghosts if that's Slimer. I did notice that this mine by them, which also they're sitting on this rickety, what looked like a swing set and turned out to be like a cable elevator over an open mine shaft. I know they're kids, but that seems really unsafe, even for kids. Like, you'd think kids would be like, "Oh man, I ain't I ain't sitting on that." Let me see if I can find that shot again. Yeah, would you sit on that thing? That looks really unsafe. I mean, you'd probably, if you had a bunch of kids, you could probably dare someone to, but that doesn't look like a casual swing thing to just sit on. Um, don't know what monster stood on the hood of a car, but is it a terror dog? Do we need to bring the terror dogs back? Can't we? I mean, not necessarily a terror dog, but I think that said Shandor Mines. And if you remember, it's Ivo Shandor is the architect of the building who summoned Gozer. So are we having the same thing going on here? Where's that shot of the mine? Did I see it right? Oh, hey, here's the... Yeah, can you see my mouse? Is my mouse... That... Well, it's a gray cloud. That could be Slimer. Eh. Eh. Scroll. Yeah, that's possibly Slimer. Hard to tell from this shot. He's very desaturated and out of focus, but that could possibly be Slimer. I hope. I don't know. I'm mixed feelings. Spores, molds, and fungus. There was a shot of the mine. Where is it? I want to just confirm that I saw that right and I'm not just reading stuff into it. Shoot. Where is it? It's probably boring watching me scrub through footage here. Oh, well, pretty sure I saw a sign over the mine in one of these shots that said Shandor... Whoop, is that it? Yeah, right back there. Shandor Mining. Ooh, yeah, I got good eyes. I'm good at this. Alright, so, God, are we summoning Gozer again? My phone's ringing, it's probably work. Hang on. Probably just spam. So, yeah, bad trailer. I mean, in the sense that it's just not a good trailer. Doesn't do much to. I mean, I don't know. I'm not digging it. Certainly not writing off the movie. I'm definitely excited for more Ghostbusters because more Ghostbusters is more Ghostbusters, and more Ghostbusters is great. But yeah, kind of a dud of a trailer if you ask me. There's no comedy, which you don't have to have, but it's kind of expected in a Ghostbusters movie. I don't get any I don't get my biggest problem with the trailer really is I don't get any sense of the characters, other than mom, kid, other kid, and teacher, you know. But anyway, that tis my initial reaction to Ghostbusters Afterlife. I'll probably be making more videos about Ghostbusters in the future because, again, Ghostbusters, tis my favorite. But that's all for this morning because I have to eat breakfast and go to work. So hope everyone's having a lovely day and take care. Bye-bye.